Kia ora te whānau and welcome to a Stitch and Spindle podcast with Waihipi. I'm Cher, also known as Waihipi on Instagram. I'm just doing my morning ritual. I'm spinning some beautiful fibre from Briar Patch. They were going to do a country calendar and that had the date of that had to be changed to be aired because of our local board elections. So they'd prepared a countrywide program to go on air and had stocked up. So when it got postponed, we quite a few of us jumped online and did a little bit of support, and I ended up buying 300 grams of a sheep called Cher. I knew I had to do that because it was a sign. And so this is it. This is her name, and that's the fibre. I've only got about this much left to spin out of 300 grams. My aim today is to get this spun. I'm going to Spinners and Weavers, and I might be able to get some work done, fingers crossed. I'm going to be I usually take several projects, but we did a dye day actually last week and I filmed it, so when I edit it I'll upload that hopefully along with this podcast as well. A bit croaky this morning. I haven't been up for very long, but I do like to spend my morning meditation time spinning. When I was working crazy hours and I wasn't getting any of my crafting done, I was really feeling that I needed to get into my fibre stash, and so I thought if I just get up in the morning just a little bit earlier and spend 20 minutes spinning. I usually burn my incense, which lasts for about 20 minutes, and then when that finishes, I know I can just sit there and spin, and when I notice the incense has run out, then I get on with my morning. So that is a nice little ritual to start my day, and I got through quite a lot of my fibre stash. And I will show you some of the projects that I have on the needles at the moment, because I always have more than one project, and there's more. You get amazed what I can fit in a tiny house. So at the moment I am doing a lace and cable sleeves, and I can't remember, here it is, I've got the pattern here, because what is it called? It is wrapped up in Cable's sweater scarf. It is very cool, and it is by Knititude. So that is what I am knitting. I'm knitting it in Malabrigio. It did start this probably April, and then it just sat because I was trying to do a lot of other things. The Spinners and Weavers group, we decided to do 100 fibre days, and my aim was to finish a lot of unfinished projects that had sort of been sitting there whispering in the drawer would like finish me. So this one got put aside and became an unfinished project, but I have jumped back into it, and here we have it in all its glory. I'm just over halfway at the moment. Got these cables in here for my lifeline, and you can see, is it really beautiful? So I'm up to my second ball and just over halfway, and this is how much I got left on my second ball. So we reopened New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn in a new location in the Strand Arcade, so it's a little bit further up Queen Street, and the Strand Arcade is stunning. It's full of really cool shops. Right at the very end from us is an Ethiopian cafe. So excited to find that. The food is stunning. We've got two matcha tea cafes. One's called Toasty and the other one's called Koi, and they do slow coffee. There's another shop opening up soon. There's hairdressers and nail technicians and clothing shops. It's so cool. I'm really enjoying the vibe of being up mid-city. So that is what I'm taking to work with me. It's my work project because we have Malabrigio in store at the Rios. And then I have a Stephen West project on my needles because, you know, be rude not to. And I think I have, maybe I'm halfway through a row, but you'll be able to see it. It is the mailed cardigan. And let's see, I'll untwist it so you can kind of see. So this is the back so far. So that's the back. It is on circular needles, so you can't quite see how it's going to work. And this is the front so far. I'm really loving the colours. So you start off with a 2x2 rib, and I've gone up to the middle size, so I ended with a 5x5 rib to shape this that sits on your shoulders. And then you pick up stitches here, you pick up your live stitches and pick up stitches under here to create a sleeve. And then I'm knitting the body of this, and so it should go just around about my knees. I think I'm not doing the super long size. I'm just doing the other one. It's just something I've been wanting to do for ages, and that's the colour marling that I'm doing. So when I went to Knit August Nights, Marie had brought in some Iceland yarn. And this is one of the balls. So I'm knitting actually at the moment from both ends. I'm using also some leftover sock mortician yarn. This one is from Fibre to Go. It is a yak blend. I think there'll probably be silk in there as well. I love her colours. What else do I have? Oh, and that is another one that was from Fibre to Go. Just love her beautiful vibrant colours. So I'm just using scraps and bits and pieces, but I did buy 10 balls of the sable Iceland yarn, and when I got home I just went, I know what I'm doing with that, because it's been a project that I've been wanting to do for ages, but the yarn wasn't quite there. So that's that project on the needles. The other project I have going, I did actually finish a pair of socks that didn't take me 2.5 years. It only took me 2.5 weeks, and I'm doing a second pair. I immediately cast on to do another pair. It's called Just Add Mohair, but with this one I'm doing a toe up instead of a bottom down sock, and my other pair of socks are going to a friend because it's such a giftable sock project for me to just get off the needles. So this is on a 325 needle. I'm using 2 sets of addies for that, and I had liberated some yarn from my stash, which counts as an unfinished project because it was waiting to become a thing, and I've included this mohair with it as well, and I love how it just knocks back the colour. I think I got this yarn at a retreat with Creative Fibre and won it in a raffle or something, and it's been sitting around for quite some years, so easily 10 years. So it was time to use that. So that was in that one. I do have a finished project. This just needs to be taken off my spindle. This is a spindle by Susie Brown. It's a beautiful spindle, and I use this a lot for my plying spindle. So yeah, love this spindle. So this one is from Spindler's Treasure, a blend of silk, cashmere and merino, I think, from memory. And then of course, as soon as I finished this one, I had to start another one, because when we went to retreat in September, Elizabeth had a couple of bundles of fibre that she showed me, and I went, I need that colour, and this is the colour I ended up with, and I am spinning it. It's absolutely stunning. I can't remember what this blend is, but I love how she blends the fibre. It's wonderful. So that's a spindle project, which all kind of crazily, I'll just shove this back in and show you, fits in my bag. Now my friend Mel, I haven't put this back in properly, it's sort of floofing, but believe me, it does fit in there. My friend Mel started making these beautiful wool blanket knitting bags, and has these beautiful little pockets on the outside. So I've got my scissors and tape measure, which are easy to find, pens and notepad, and my clicker, and my tin of assorted bits and pieces, needles and stitch markers. This is my knitter's hand cream in a tin. You know, it's like a bar, which is really nice to moisturize my hands. So I've got a whole lot of stuff, and then on top of that, shove all my projects fit in. It's all divided into 4, so it's fantastic for spindles. I love it. I always like the bag's got feet, and Mel gave this to me. These specially made as well, so you can personalise these little tags as well. So and this bag has been my constant companion ever since Mel gave it to me. It just goes everywhere with me. I absolutely love her. So that's in all my projects, and I can roll this up and it fits into one of the pockets, so I can have several projects on the go, because I have project anxiety, that if I run out of fibre, or I get bored with doing something, that I've got enough projects to do. So what I've been doing is, when I go to town, I've been just knitting the Seven West sweater on the island, and when I go to Auckland for my work days, I swap out that project and put in my cabled sweater sleeve pattern. So that is that's what I've been up to. I will just pop up actually and get the fibre that we did from the Dartmoor Dye Day. So there was Hilary, Helen, Barbara and myself, and we had a fantastic day. It was so cool. Anyway, I will just get up and grab my basket of fibre to show you. So I'm back. So how it works is, you have one big fleece. You divide that fleece into 3 parts, and then you put 2 of those parts aside, and you do 3 lots of dye dipping sessions. So the first dipping session of the first third of the fleece, you divide that into 4, and you have 4 colours. You have red, yellow, blue and green. So we substituted our red for a magenta, and we had sometimes you can do a teal or a green for the green, so we went for a green. So you have a pot of each of those colours, and you put a quarter into each pot, and you let it sit in that pot for about 20 minutes, and then you pull that out and let the fleece cool down a smidge. Then divide that into 4, so each colour is divided into 4. So red, yellow, blue and green is divided into 4. You keep a quarter of the red, yellow, blue and green. Pop that aside as your, that's your one of your colour selections that you have. And then with the other ones, you put them into pots that they haven't been into before, and then let them simmer for a while. Then you pull them out of the red, yellow, green and blue pots, and you divide them up again, and you put them in for a third time. You do top up the dye a little bit with some vinegar and some salt. And then when you've done that 3 times, it's time to put all that aside, and then the second dip, you top up the dye pots again and do follow the process all over. So we did that twice, and then we got to the third pot, and we just threw stuff in, because it was a long day and we were tired. And we usually end up with 48 colours of from those 4 colours. But we ended up with more, because with the fleece that we're putting in, some was a dark fleece and some was a white fleece. So we got some very interesting effects. We didn't do any sort of strict, like this was this dip and then that. We were just going for fun. So we got some beautiful colours out of it. So this This is really stunning, and it didn't get too felty either, so we've got some beautiful purples, and this one is from one lot, so we've got all these different sort of shades and tones and tints just in one. Got some more purple, and this is one of the blues that we had. I love this one. This is gorgeous. So this one's got this was a darker fleece that we dyed. Some beautiful dark reds and some darker tones. I brought it home and dried it, and it's been sitting in my basket. I will take it to spinning today. That's the other thing I want to play with. I usually get there at 10 and leave there at 4. That's my Monday, you know. So yeah, I try and get a lot done, and it's quite nice having the company and cups of tea, coffee. We'll often go to the local coffee shop around the corner to Jane's, and the Island Coffee shop, and then go around to the dairy and get a samosa. So yeah, that's pretty much my Monday. Yeah, so that's coming with me today. What I might do with my Dartmoor Dye day is just take a little bit of each colour and put it into one carded bat. Because I'm living in a tiny house, there's only so much I can fit into it, so I leave my my carder at Spinners and Weavers, because I'm not always using it, and it's nice that other people can use it as well, and it's a really good community resource. We do have about 3 carders in the cupboard, so it's actually, you know, when we're doing a big project like this, it's good that people can have access to the carder and we don't have to wait in such big queues. So that's my plan today, is to do some carding, but I'll just take all the things because, you know, not having enough to do anxiety project wise will kick in. So I'll take all of the things in with me, but my main aim today is to finish spinning the rest of this fibre, and at least maybe possibly trying to start to ply it today. I wouldn't expect to finish the plying today, but even just to start the plying would be fantastic. Seems to be less VM as I'm going further into the ball, which is quite nice, but I was pulling out long pieces and trying to take out as much VM as possible, but as I'm getting into this smaller bit, it seems that there's not as much VM as there was before. So I'll do a little bit more spinning before I head out, and I'll catch up with you with the magic of editing very shortly.
Yeah, move a bit around and have a bit of a break and then move anyway, innit? But I just thought, no, that's sawdust. You don't have to dye that.
So I'll bundle this one here for you. This one has a lot of matter in it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, just 3. So what we do now is we take out the yellow. So do we have any sticks or things?
Here, we have these things.
2 pairs of tongs.
Are we
Cool.
going to put it on the metal?
Yep.
I'll come around that side then. I'm just letting it drip there.
Yeah.
Try and put the brown and the white separate.
Yeah.
Shall I?
Yeah, and then we can divide it up.
Oh, you got
I'll let it drip. Oops, blob.
Oh, that's taken the colour quite quickly.
Yeah, because that was the hottest part of the
prepared.
fire, so we're pulling it out first.
It was what?
The hottest part.
Tongs.
Oh, it's carded or
Some of it was carded, some of it's fleece. Most of it's carded, I think. And there's some fleece in there. There wasn't much fleece.
I think that's nearly all of it.
We'd have fun blending them as well.
this is red. I'll leave it over here.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the blue here. Look at the blue.
Another round.
Quick burning.